they heard you were emceeing. Hey, hey.
There she is. Clap it up for Farhat.
Test, test.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I would like to welcome you all to Alabas Farhat's campus kickoff. We're so excited to have all of you here tonight. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to be here supporting our amazing campaign. Now I would like to start off and recognize the elected officials that are here. Tonight we have Bobby Johnson, President of Franklin Park Teachers Association.
Franklin Park.
Franklin Park Neighborhood Association. Carla Campbell, Sergeant at Arms. Mustafa Hamoud, City Council. Dan Baydoun, Wayne County Commissioner. Hassan F. Abdullah, Chairman. Jeff Peppers, State Representative. Raynell Cuthler, Franklin Park. Dan Salami, District Judge. Kamal Sawafi, Dearborn City Council. Warren C. Evans, Wayne County Executive. Gary Gay Nanago. From the Attorney General's Office. Khalil Rahad, Chief Administrative Officer. And Kim Ishmael.
That's not Turkey as well.
Chief of Staff in Wayne County, South Berkeley.
Very good to meet you here as well. Now at this point, I'd like to introduce our MC for the night.
Sherry.
All right, I apologize. Tonight we have Sherry doing our national
Sherry.
anthem.
Go Sherry! All right, Sherry.
Thank you. Today is a great day to celebrate our soon-to-be state representative. Come on. But I'm sure all of us in this room yesterday cringed on the thought of the loss of the lives of 19 children and a teacher. So it's a personal privilege to just take a moment to pause before we sing the national anthem to honor all of the lives that were taken senselessly. Thank you, and God bless their memory. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs burst
All right, guys, thank you so much, Sherry. That was wonderful. Let's give Sherry another round of applause. That was amazing.
All right, Jerry.
Alabas, I want you to know something. This room is full. It resonates with everybody in here how far your success and your voice goes. And it's coming from Dearborn, from Malverdale to Detroit, all the way to Lansing. Let's give Alabas a round of applause. I promise you, Alabas, you're going to be in Lansing in November. Or December, whatever. You are going to be our state representative, Alabas, I guarantee you. And let me tell you why. Because I know the individual today and who you are and the work that you've done. Watching Alabas and seeing the campaigns that he's taken off with, I can tell you myself, my first election, I came up short. It was very, very easy for him to be relatable with Alabas. He lost his first election, but let me tell you something, it wasn't a loss, it was a growth. And today he's standing on the shoulders of an individual who won that election and is standing alongside of him. The same individual who at one part, I knocked on his door not knowing it was his door. This individual is Jeff Peppers, the same man who stood in solidarity with the Palestinians this past March in Dearborn. This same man is going to be representing Alabas and the people of the 15th District. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome your state representative, Mr. Jeff Peppers.
Well, let me say it's very good to be here because I missed the first fundraiser that he held when he was running against me. But I
We
will
didn't
say
like that one either.
Yeah. but I'm here and I'm happy to be here to say how much I support Alabas for this job. So much so that I've sold my home so that I could move into his district and vote for him. I have 3 houses. So I have been up to Lansing and I've seen what it takes to be a successful representative. And if there were a definition for that, it would be in a dictionary under Alabas Farhat.
All right.
This man, I became increasingly impressed during the course of our campaign with everything that he stands for in terms of policy, his knowledge of policy, his passion for advancing policy. This man is going to be an awesome state representative for all of us. I'm just happy that I'm going to be around to be able to see it. I almost that I could have worked with him, but I'm not seeking to retain my seat. I do want to say this, that during the campaign, there were many mornings when I woke up and looked on Facebook, only to have Alabas giving cookies to children, doing something for veterans. Then he's over here helping grandmothers cross the street. I mean, every day this man was bringing his vitality to the people of this community. And I'm wondering, what am I doing sitting on the couch? And it's because he cares for people. He's awesome. And I can't wait to have him as my state representative.
Thank you, Jeff. One more round of applause for Jeff Peppers, our state representative. Also, we also have the judge in the House, Judge Alabas Farhat, and Mr. Barry is also with us, the both of Ali Jawad and Mr. Barry with us. Let's also give him a round of applause. And the man is the next also who I believe did not sign his name because he doesn't like recognition, but Judge Stan Salami is with us as well today. Let's give a round of applause for the judge. Awesome. And Sheriff Washington, who's also going to be on the ballot, which I would hope you would all support, is also in here. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, Sheriff. The next individual is so tough, is so committed, that she doesn't even need recognition. But we are going to make it very clear that the next individual that we're calling up today, that's standing in solidarity here with Alabas Farhat to be the next state representative, is an individual who is the first Yemeni woman American to be an administrator for the Malverdale Public Schools. She's one of the times she says, no, I don't want that type of recognition. No, you've earned it. Let's give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Please, Mrs. Ali.
Good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
So I don't do impromptu as well as Mr. Peppers, so I wrote my speech up. to welcome you and thank you for joining us in supporting Alabas Farhat for state representative. While I recognize that many people could become overwhelmed with the numerous candidates that are vying for state representative, in these trying times, I'm reaching out to you as a former 31-year resident of the city of Dearborn to say that I believe in Alabas. We understand that different cities are facing challenging times and communities are struggling. But as a supporter, I promise you tonight that if Alabas could secure your vote, he will immediately become a part of the solution to many of the issues that we're facing today. His professional and community experience has helped prepare him for this position, and he aims for improved results on day one in office. Knowing Alabas on a personal level, we have spoken multiple times about education in Melvindale, Dearborn, and the surrounding areas, and the lack of proper plans for funding and investment in the schools. One of his greatest goals is to help secure funding for not only the school system, but the roads, infrastructure, and overall improving the quality of life, collectively benefiting everyone with his critical beliefs of inclusion regardless of where you live. In the last couple of years, I've grown to know and learn and witness how selfless, generous of his time, and extremely passionate he is about genuinely serving his community. He does this in multiple ways, but most importantly, by creating connections between people in the community that require assistance and available resources that provide the services necessary.
Let's give her another round of applause.
I know, I'm still here. Something else that I've learned about him is that while others work towards meeting standards that are set before them and gaining a title, his passion lies in delivering service that goes beyond expectations, ensuring that people get what they need. He has great government experience, and during catastrophic times, I've observed him helping victims clean out their basements from the flood, to negotiating multi-million-dollar bargaining agreements to secure health care benefits and improving work conditions for union members, to also serving and delivering food to families that require assistance. As a legislative intern for Mayor Abdullah Hamoud, he learned that real change starts with real people. And Alabas has no problem identifying, addressing, and advocating for your rights on community challenges for real people. Alabas is reliable, focused, result-oriented, professional, that is highly qualified candidate. That is a highly qualified candidate. And I encourage you to not only vote for him, but please tell your friends and family members and neighbors to vote for him as well on August 2nd. Finally, as we have all come together on this journey towards something greater, the only way we can win is with door knocking and donations. We have the money, it just so happens to be still in your bank account. So please remember to donate generously to help support Alabas on his path to victory. Alabas, may what's best for you be chosen for you, and that you're always guided in.
That is awesome, Nessa. Thank you so much. One more round of applause. Thank you so much. Before you go, when Alabas called me and said, Mo, we're going to have you MC, but I need you not to be the Mo that you are, the ant, the O, the ah. I said, listen, Alabas, if you want me to come up here to be fake, then your entire campaign is just going to be fake. Let me be who I am. And so he said, just don't spin anything. And I have to spin a few things. So Alabas, I'm so sorry. I'm just going to be adding new speakers here. One of them is actually hiding behind and saying, Mo, I don't want to speak. But he's your biggest mentor. If there's one person that stood alongside you, it's a man by the name of Asad Turkfi, and you know what? He don't need a speech. He's going to stand here today and he's going to give you some wise words. I told him he was going to speak, and he said no. I said, speak from the heart. There you go.
I'll tell you this, I know these programs can get real long, but somebody like Alabas, I'll tell you this, I've known him since about 16 years old, the first time we met. We were walking into, so Gary Peters had come to Dearborn, the senator, and I walked in, and there was like a private event for him. It was at the mosque. They had pretty much the community leaders trying to get in, somebody tells them, no, you can't come in, you know. I looked at Alabas, I said, what's your name? He said, Alabas Farhat, I'm a student at Fortson High School. I said, okay, you're with me, you know. We walked in. As we were walking in, I looked at him, I said, don't say a word, just sit down. He sat down next to me, and I think ever since then, we've had a bond, and it's grown. And I'll tell you this, in government, I've been there for 20 years. There's a lot of qualities that you need to be successful, but there's one quality that means more than anything, and Alabas possesses that, and that is he's a person of good character. And that's a quality. It really is a quality. And we live in an environment today where we have elected officials. We not always agree with them. You know, you're not going to always agree with the stuff that we've done at the county. But at the end of the day, I think what we look at a leader like the county executive and many others here, you want a person that has good character and is going to do what they believe is right, not, you know, politically it may make sense, but you want to make good, solid decisions for the greater good, and that's Alabas has that quality of good character. So, and I'll tell you this: Alabas, I'm telling you right now, is going places. He's smart, and I think this is the beginning of a journey that I think one day we're going to look back and say, you know what, this is where it all started. So.
I told you all that. We had a couple of spins into it. Also, we have Mr. Sin Hasham from the Dearborn Charter Commission. Let's give him a round of applause. A lot of elected officials here. You're a popular young man. Also, I'd like to recognize a man who's always behind the scene. Doesn't want this recognition. It said, don't stroke my ego today, Mo. And I said, too bad. He's telling me, cut it. But Mo Cass, who, believe it or not, works at almost every single campaign. From the state of Michigan down, maybe you went to the state of Michigan down. This man has operated so many different details and so many different campaigns, and we constantly recognize, a lot of the elected officials, and we thank and we love our elected officials. But there are those who are on the ground that are doing the hard work. And let me tell you, the staff that Alabas put together today, I also used on my campaign, and I want to recognize them. And starting off with Mo Cass. Mo, let's give him a round of applause. Yes. Yes, he's brilliant. I think he lost. That was one of my buddies. True story, I swear. We was with National Ali on the ballot, Ali Hasham. Dearborn lost his application, I guess, and he lost the election. And he was running against nobody. But the next individual that we're going to call forward, I've actually been a fan of for a very long time. My wife, when I first met her in 2016, on my birthday, was March 7th, 2017. I went to the state of the county address, and she said, that's what you want to do on your birthday? I said, everybody says this man, Warren Evans, is so smart. Let's sit down and see the surplus that it's created for the county. And a true story. On my 26th birthday, I had just met my wife, and we went to the state of the county address so I can listen to the wise words that everybody was talking about. I heard it from, Hajimo and Danielle, from Khalil Rahal and Assad, to Sam Jafer, to Mike Jafer. You know what? Even Mo Cass, he said, you need to go to this. And so we went to this, and I left, and I said, how does he speak so fluently? And then, mind you, I wasn't so involved in politics where I was, but more on like hands-on, knocking on doors. That's where they would send me. And they said, well, he was reading through a prompt. I said, oh, no way, I had no idea. I just thought he was rolling. That he was rolling. Do you remember that day, by the way, at the city of Dearborn? But you know what? Mr. Evans isn't just loyal to the entire county. He's actually very, very loyal. And I use the word loyal because the last two people that called him forward was Zenal Hassan and Mike Jafer. Both used the word loyal. They said he's loyal to this community. He's loyal to people like Alabas, who he sees has a bright future. And let me tell you, Alabas, if you have somebody like Warren C. Evans backing you, you best believe it's because you're loyal and he sees how loyal you are. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, allow me to welcome Mr. Warren C. Evans, who is extremely loyal.
Well, Alabas, we're going to make it happen this time. He's a guy, and aside continue to paraphrase it, but, you know, you get a loyal, smart, energetic, honest person who really likes politics. That's a rarity. And he is of the age where a start in leadership now is critical for all. You know, when you get to be my age, there's a tendency to want to talk to people your age. Ain't where the world is. The world is your age, many of you young folks, and those of us who have gotten a few years ought to be recruiting people like Alabas for government jobs. It is, of course. He's a guy that's I've watched work around, you know, and I don't always jump right in the mix. I gotta see you, I gotta watch you, I gotta know what you can do. But I mean, I'm 100% supportive of all of us. I think you can have a long, outstanding career. You're honest, you're smart, you do the things that are necessary. So God bless you, and I'm with you. But you know what? He ain't gonna win unless we make him win. You know, it's really easy to get to campaign kickoffs and get all energized and stuff, and then go home and sit on your hands. That doesn't create votes. And so it takes all of us to get out and push to do what needs to happen. And Alabas, anything you ask me to do, I'm with you. Thank you very much.
That's awesome, ladies and gentlemen. That is awesome. That's an official endorsement. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we have the undersheriff here, who's also with us, Mike Jacob. Let's give him a round of applause. Guys, we can go on the rant and talk. I know everybody's real kind of fed up with this whole program. It's getting real hot in here. But don't forget that when you're going to vote for Alabas, there are other people that you need to vote that's on that ballot. Raphael Washington will be on that ballot. And let me tell you, you know, I said at that fundraiser, and you know, nobody brought up something that constantly happens with the sheriff's department. And it's so sad that when somebody passes away, nobody really likes to talk about it, and nobody wants to kind of say the work that they do, but the sheriff's department constantly, when somebody passes away, it is the Wayne County Sheriff that is running that detail from whichever mosque that they're at, and operating them all the way down to, you know, whichever cemetery that it is. So to the Sheriff's Department, we thank you guys for that. That's something that I know like many Napoleon really enforced, and Raphael is also pushing for that, so we thank you guys for that. But this show isn't just about Raphael Washington. This show is about Alabas Farhat. Let me tell you, the first Tuesday in August, we are going to have that same energy that we have in here today, because you are going to be in Lansing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your next all right,
How we doing?
Good!
Let me tell you something very quickly. One, Mo's gonna MC my wedding, so keep that in mind for now. But the next thing is this. I'm honored that you're all here. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, from the elected officials, to the folks from Franklin Park. I hope you're still here. Franklin Park, we love you. Sherry, thank you.
All right.
Thank you. You know, one thing I'm gonna tell everybody right now, and the executive side hit on it, is that, you know, when this district was drawn, it was not an easy task. You went from having one community to now having three, having Detroit, Dearborn, Melvindale. And folks said, wow, you're gonna have to have some thick skin to run in a district like this where you have such unique issues. To which I told them, I grew up the youngest of 5 brothers and a sister, so I had to have a thick skin when I was growing up. But in reality, one thing I realized is, regardless of the district, and regardless of age, regardless of credentialing, you don't need an excuse to have courage. You don't need to have an excuse to stand up for issues like water shutoffs, like infrastructure investment, like our public schools, like our public safety. You do not need an excuse to stand up for those things. It only takes courage. And that is something that you must have if you want to be in public service, because we cannot kick the can down the road. Yes, because we see it. We saw it in Texas. You don't have to live in Texas to mourn the lives of the 19 people that we lost. You don't have to live there to feel that loss, to feel that tragedy, right? Because it starts here. We start that change, not just in events like this, but at the battle box.
we elect officials who are going to stand up to the gun lobbyists, who are going to stand up to major corporations and take on the issues that we care about. And this is where it starts, but the work does not finish here. We got to take it to the ballot box. And there's a number of great candidates that we have to support. Sheriff Washington is one of them. County Executive Warren Evans is another. But tonight, I'm asking for your support specifically for my campaign, for folks in the 3rd District, because we have issues that we've got to take to the forefront of the landscape. Sherry, we're going to do what we can to get you elected. Let me tell you that right now. In the 13th Congressional, we're going to it does not take an excuse. It does not take age. Courage is something that our leaders have, and that's a commitment I have on day one. Whether it's standing shoulder to shoulder with residents of Franklin Park, demanding the city coming in and clean up their roads, hitting dumpers with tickets, whatever it is, we're going to be there. Whether it's in soda, bringing investment into our public schools and investment to our teachers who are understaffed, underpaid, and underappreciated. We'll be there fighting for them. And so this August 2nd, I'm asking for your help, for your vote. Let's do this together. Let's get to work. Thank you.
All right, guys, thank you so much. That was, I told you, the energy in here is real.
All right, Mike Cascio.
A lot of refreshments outside, get them out, go sit outside. It's a lot cooler outside than it is in here. Remember, shout out to Mocas. And they'll also be in the back taking pictures hosted by TCD. Thank you.